And this what I like to see right here. Bloods and Crips uniting all over. Been about time for that. I hope the unity stay this way and don't break the peace at all. This is what's needed throughout the black communities, man. And I hope this just spread and multiply and continue to grow and grow and grow. So many lives, man, been taken over the years due to gang rivalry, Bloods and Crips fighting over neighborhoods and territories that's not theirs, that belong to the government, who could just come and take them away from it anytime that they choose. Run them off the block of neighborhoods anytime they choose. Close down their houses, kick them out of the neighborhoods, lock them up and incarcerate them. You know, this thing, man, just make you think of all the people whose lives been lost as a result of wearing a rag, wearing the wrong color. And, you know, it's just time for us to just grow up, man, and be mature to life and really, really look at exactly the past years of the foolishness that claimed the lives of so many brothers and sisters behind these things, man. And if it took for George Floyd death to bring some type of peace and change, then the sacrifice served a greater purpose than what a lot of people was looking at and viewing, man. I like to see stuff like this, but I don't want it to just be something that just temporarily. Brothers and sisters really need to settle their differences, humble themselves, be more forgiving and compassionate towards each other, and learn how to become unified, so that in the purpose of being unified, you definitely know how to grow, because there's definitely power and numbers, man. And the unity is what they don't want brothers and sisters to have. Everybody in the world is getting paid off of crime. Everybody in the world is getting paid off of crime. Crime pays the judicial system. Crime pays the hospitals. Crime pays the businesses and things like that. So trying to push for unity is not going to be a governmental change, because it's financing big businesses. It's going to have to start within, from the people themselves. And we need real positive role models and stand-up, productive black brothers and sisters who understand life. You know what I'm saying? Who really have good intentions, who morality code is at an all-time high, to the point that you understand exactly what's needed, and you built to last. You built to last and endure in these situations, man, to actually be an example to the ones that will follow and back you up and get behind you, and actually standing firm and strong and not bending and giving in and not being sellouts and not abandoning the fight, but seeing it through from beginning to end. We need these type of things, you know. So I just want to say I'm happy to see stuff like this, because when you see stuff like this, the crime rate goes down, man. And it should never been this way anyway, man. It shouldn't. Well, we literally separate each other and cause war between each other because of the color that we wear. You know, I'm really happy to see that brothers, you know, everywhere is actually really starting to stand up, make a change, and come together, man. It's time. We need to break those generational curses. We need to break these generational curses, man, and actually really prepare a way for the up-and-coming youth, man, that's coming up behind us. Us older brothers and sisters really need to be an example. You know what I'm saying? We really need to be an example, man, and We need to stand firm. We need to take back everything that we voluntarily gave up, and we need to take back everything that was stolen from us. But in a righteous way, man. The Bible is clear that the wrath of men work not the righteousness of God. We don't have to be reckless, and we don't have to do all the stupid, foolish things and tear down our communities and destroy one another, you know what I'm saying, and hurt our businesses and things in our neighborhood, man. We just need to be unified, come together to be there for one another and make a game plan that with these numbers involved, there's definitely a way of escape and a hope that we can be prosperous, you know what I'm saying, being unified. And again, it's going to take some strong stand-up brothers and sisters who got a game plan, who wise and smart enough to actually come up with a game plan that brothers and sisters can have a direction, man, and a substitute to get out of these streets and drugs and gangs and criminal activity. You know what I'm saying? It has to be a substitute behind these things. You know what I'm saying? And it says a lot, you know, when you could really, really get brothers and sisters like this to come together to be unified. Because all it takes is one stand-up person. All it takes is one stand-up person to say, you know what, man? I'm done with this. We need to do something about this. That's it. So I'm happy to see this type of stuff. And like I said, it's stupid and foolish. All the life that was lost behind this. All the people, brothers and sisters that's incarcerated behind this situation. It's like automatic natural hate and separation we have when we choose and to become and participate in these satanic things. You know what I'm saying? These satanic things, worshiping of rags and flags and things like that. No, God is Lord. You know what I'm saying? He deserves all the praise. Nothing and nobody else, just God himself. You know, so that's what it's about. No, not no leader, gang leaders and all that stuff. No, man. God is the one true king. You know what I'm saying? God is the one true king. And all things is under the feet of Christ, you know? That's where it really comes, that's where it really pays off at. And I guarantee you, if people were to took him serious and do as his word says, we would be in a better position and we would be more prosperous and we would be more established as a people, as a nation. But sometimes, you know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of times people just don't get it, man. They just don't get it. A lot of people don't want to. See, that's a whole nother different warfare. That's a whole nother different fight. But at the same time, it's the greatest fight. Because it's the fight for your eternal soul, man. It's the fight for your eternal soul. So at the end of the day, man, when it's all said and done, it still comes down to one thing. What are we going to do with Jesus? What you going to do with him? What you going to do with him? Because it's in that determines the outcome of our lives. And it's because of that so many of us are suffering right now and struggling and actually got our backs up against the wall because there's no peace apart from him. There's no liberty. You know what I'm saying? So regardless to what, it matters and it counts. But I'm still happy to see some type of progress taking place, an effort being taken place throughout the country, man, and all over. Their brothers and sisters is starting to wake up, get themselves together, and make a difference to be unified, man. And shouts out to all the other white people also that's been involved and very supportive of the protesting and marching and actually coming to brothers and sisters' defense, going up against their own kind like they always have done. You know, we can't forget that. A lot of people like to leave that out and not talk about that. Like the mass hundreds of thousands of white people that's been on the front line for black folks fighting for their social equality also and they rights and liberty, you know. A lot of people don't like to mention that, and they sweep it under the rug to try to paint the narrative to make you want to focus on a group as a whole, but that's just not true. If we're going to address them, we're going to address the real deal. Like, they have, for the most part, always been on the front line, fighting at our side and fighting for our liberty. That's how we got it. That's how we got it. It was a lot of those white folks, you know what I'm saying, that we call the nigger lovers, who was housing a lot of black people and runaway slaves in, who was teaching them how to read and write, who was giving them weapons and things like that to defend themselves, who was also actually fighting at their side, who was also, you know, going up against their own kind, to see that justice is given to them also. So, you know, we tend to leave that out. We tend to leave that out as a means to cross out others. So no, I'm a realist, man. I'm going to call it like it is from the very beginning. But at the end of the day, it starts with us. It starts with us. It starts with us at the end of the day, man. We have to be mindful. We have to be prepared and raise our children up under our homes and roof and teach them morality. We need to teach them the 10 Commandments to understand life and principles. We need to teach them how to have respect for life, for human life. We need to teach them how to be responsible and honest workers for a living. We need to teach them how to defend themselves. We need to teach them how to be husbands and not baby daddies and boyfriends. We need to teach our daughters how to be wives and not girlfriends and baby mamas and the side chicks. We need to teach and educate our children on life, on life. And it starts with us by being examples. So with that being said, man, I just pray for these brothers and sisters all over, man. And, man, drop them flags and look at the real true color of who y'all all are. Look at the real true color of who y'all all are. Y'all are equal, man. It's blue and red in all y'all. It's blue and red in all y'all. The blood in the body is blue. Before the oxygen hit it, it turned red. So if you killing people for wearing blue, you might as well kill yourself. If you're killing people for wearing red, you might as well kill yourself, because it's in you. It's in you. Blue and red is in you. No matter how we want to look at it, we can't get around it. So I'm glad and I'm happy to see this distraction and this separation that's been going on for so many years finally getting some type of resolution, to the point that brothers and sisters are starting to be united and leave that stuff alone, being forgiving, being loving, being merciful to each other. Because I'm telling you, it's bad enough. It's so many that hate us. It's so many that hate us. Again, I don't like to put people in a hole, but let's just be honest. I ain't putting everybody in a hole, but I'm just saying there's so many that hate us. A lot of whites hate us. A lot of Hispanics hate us. Hell, even a lot of Africans hate us. Even a lot of Africans hate us. We hate it. And it's even sadder when we hate each other even more. So we need to be more mindful of these things. And we need to come together. And we really need to look and check the man in the mirror. With that being said, it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment that's in question. It's yours.